friend. We are back where we were yesterday, but today it is not supposed to rain. So we are gonna finish what we started. I've got the cabbage plants, cauliflower plants that we started indoors on. I guess I don't have it written down on here, but I do have it written down in my garden journal this year. February 22nd, we got these started. I don't think I have enough here to fill this entire bed. This entire bed is going to be cold weather crops. So I did go to my local nursery yesterday when I purchased seed potatoes. My parents came over yesterday, if you missed it, and helped me plant seed potatoes in that bed right there. And I picked up a couple more varieties of cauliflower that I did not start myself. We have broccoli romanesco, a purple cauliflower, a cheddar cauliflower. So basically it's just an orange cauliflower. And then comparison, here's what I started. And those are the store-bought ones. And I'm pretty happy with how mine look. They do look like they could use a little bit of fertilizer, but we will fertilize them when we get them into the ground. I just did the math and I have 54 plants right here between what I started and what I just bought. And I can plant 48 plants in this bed if I plant them 3 deep and 16 wide. Now my cabbage and cauliflower, I think, need that spacing. Oh no, I don't. I'm missing a few. I didn't have 100% germination on all these. I think my Romanesco that I started here and my Floretto, I think I can plant those a little bit closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just burn my holes in here. I'm gonna burn my 48 holes in here, and then we'll just start planting and get as many in here as we can. And if I have a few extra starts, which I probably end up will be, then my mother-in-law would like some of those onions that I had extra. I just texted her actually, and I'm gonna go bring those to her house this evening. So I will bring her whatever extra cabbage I have as well, and she can get those planted. So I've got my blowtorch in here. I also have in this bucket, I should say wheelbarrow, I've got my fertilizers because we do need to fertilize each of the holes that we're gonna put the cabbage in. And I've already prepped this bed in the fall with extra compost and manure. So what I'm gonna do is just put fertilizer in each hole as I plant each one of those starts. I think how I'm gonna do this so I can make this as even as possible is first, I'm gonna remove my irrigation from the bed. And then I'm going to eyeball halfway, which is right here. Turn my torch on. Josh is gonna be so proud of me. I'm not gonna do this. I am gonna go grab a ruler so I can try to make my spacing a little bit more precise. Okay. So here's the ruler, or tape measure. I mean, it's still not gonna be exact, but it's gonna be a lot more precise than if I was doing it. So about right here is halfway. So I'm gonna use these lines as my guides. Okay, we got our holes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so not quite 16, but I'm okay with that. We're gonna get them planted. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lay these out first so that I know how many I have and which ones I wanna plant where. These are in our beautiful soil blocks. I'm just gonna set each one in each spot. I have it figured out. So we've got 6 of the purple cauliflower, 6 of the cheddar cauliflower, 1 of the Romanesco broccoli that I purchased, 6 of the Romanesco that I started. 1 row, so 3 of the Floretta. And then we have 3 rows of 3 cauliflower, so 9 cauliflower that I started. And then we have 9 cabbages. And then I'm gonna go ahead and gift these ones to my mother-in-law if she wants them, and those ones to my mother-in-law. I need to grab a little bit of soil amendments to plant in the holes of each one of these. I have my all-purpose fertilizer here, and then I've got my blood meal. You can tell these purple cauliflower needs some water, so I'm just gonna put a pinch in each hole. And a little sprinkle on top. And then as I dig down to dig a hole, this is a, what is this? This is a lavender plant. And there's our first cauliflower planted. I'm gonna put the tag in this hole. All right, we got this bed planted. Now, one thing I did not consider is that I've got this trellis back here, and I think I was gonna put tomatillos on the back of this trellis. And I don't think, now that I have this out here, that is the best idea. So I'm considering maybe coming out and planting a few more sweet peas, the flower, not peas to eat, but just the sweet peas, the flower, because those are a cold weather flower. And I could plant those, I'm not gonna do it today, but I could plant those relatively soon, the next couple days. I need to get seeds started next. Okay, so I got this wrapped up. Now I am going to label what I have planted here. And what I'm gonna do, let me take a picture of this so it's in the same spot, so I have record of it. Okay, so that when I give this to my mother-in-law, if she wants it, I know what I'm giving her. Okay, so I've got 2 rows of Romanesco. Stick that here. So whatever's to the right of my label, that's what it is. I might have to remake some of these, which is fine. I'm just gonna put these here for now. The markings that I put on this tape is UV protected marker, so you can't just use Sharpie because Sharpie will fade very quickly in the sun. Okay, everything is marked. All right, cleaning up my mess, trying to do that so that when I come out to the garden, I can enjoy it and I'm not stressed that I've just left a mess everywhere. I cannot believe that we already have 4 beds completely planted out. I'm pretty excited about that. Normally I wait and I put my cabbages and things out too late. I'm hoping this is a good time to plant them. I'm gonna write it in my garden journal. It could be a little too early. We'll see. Now we can start something that I've wanted to start for a while, but I've needed trays in order to do that. So in the last 2 days, we have emptied 3 trays, so we can actually start a few more things. But before we do that, we definitely need to turn these fans off. It always feels like a huge relief to get these fans turned off when I come in here. I usually turn them off when I'm in here just so that I can enjoy some peace and quiet while I kind of check over my plants. And now we're gonna start some seeds, which I feel like it's been a long time since we've started anything. And today is the day. I've been waiting for a couple of reasons to start these seeds. I could have started them probably 2 weeks ago, and that is my zinnia seeds and peanut seeds. And there's a reason I haven't been able to start these. I had run out of trays, so I didn't have trays, and I ran out of my Vermont compost. So I was able over the last 2 days to reclaim 3 trays, and if I need to, I can steal some trays from in here and just not have some of my snapdragons on trays. But I don't think I'm gonna need to. I think 3 trays should be enough for my zinnias, and I'm gonna start my zinnias the same way I started my dahlias because I just loved that method so well. And I've got some new ones here. I think these will fit. These are my Epic Gardening trays and cells, and I love these. It's actually, these are Bootstrap Farmer trays. These are Epic Garden cells, and it does look like they fit in here, which is great. I love both of these. I will link both of these down below. They're really high quality, which I love because they will last for years. When I first started gardening, I bought the cheapest trays I could find on Amazon. They didn't even last 1 year. The next year, I went ahead and purchased these Bootstrap Farmer trays. I love them. And I've had these trays now. This is going on my 4th year, and they are gonna hold up for many more years. And the Epic Gardening cells and trays, same thing. They are incredible. And what I like about the Epic Gardening ones is they're dishwasher safe. So when I'm done with the season, I'm gonna throw all of them in my dishwasher, which is gonna be fantastic. And I definitely think I'm gonna be able to go through 3 trays. I'm only gonna start my zinnias in these. I'm gonna start my peanuts in something else because I want a little bit bigger thing. Now I need to go grab a pair of scissors so that I can run out and show you something pretty exciting. Oh, good, it's raining. It was just starting to rain. That's what I'm gonna bring to my mother-in-law's tonight when we were coming in, but I wanted to give them just a little bit of water because I wasn't exactly sure if it was gonna rain, and it's now pouring, so that was perfect timing. So the next reason is I was out of soil. So let me show you what just came in the mail. A lot of soil. Vermont compost is what I've been using, for the last 2 years to start all my seeds. And I've just been buying my Vermont compost on Amazon because when I looked on their website, they don't sell to individual people, they sell to farmers. So the only place I thought that you could buy Vermont compost was on Amazon. Well, they reached out to me because they saw that I had been using their product and they were so happy with how my seedlings looked last year. They wanted to say thank you for sharing their product with you all. So they wanted to send me some free compost. Well, they did that and I'm really grateful for it. But one thing they also did is they shared with me a place where I can buy it online. So next time I need to order it, it's gonna be a while before I need to order it, is they shared with me a website called Gartners where you can order their product for a much cheaper price than on Amazon. Amazon is the most expensive place to buy it, but I didn't know that. It was the only place I knew I could buy it, so that's where I was buying it. So I will link the Gartners website down below where you can get it at a much more affordable price than on Amazon. So what I'm looking for is the Fort V, which I have not opened this. This came 2 days ago, and I think it's somewhere, unfortunately, toward the bottom. Oh, shoot. And it's pouring out here now. So this is their raised bed mix. This is their Compost Plus. Okay, so I don't have to dig too deep. Here's their Fort V. So I think I only need 1 bag of these to start the zinnias. Let's back up. Well, that was perfect timing, getting those cold weather crops planted before the rain started. So one thing I did not realize when I was talking to, oh my goodness, it smells so good, the Vermont compost people, the ones that actually make it, is that the Fort V, the one that I've been using, because Nicole from Flower Hill Farm has recommended this, is it was actually formulated for soil blocks. And that's why the soil blocks just hold up so well with this. But I just don't have the energy to do soil blocks right now. And I'm so happy with how my dahlias started in these little trays, and that's what Florette in her little pamphlet that she sends when you order seeds on the guide on how to start her dahlias and her zinnias. She says to do it in trays. So that's what we're gonna do today. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so let's see. I'm kind of bummed I cut the hole like that. I should have, let's see, cut the hole in the top, but that'll work just fine. Get some gloves on. Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm getting just a little ahead of myself because I'm not doing soil blocks. I still need to dampen this soil a little bit. So I think I'll do that down here. If I'm not soil blocking, I don't have to be as particular about the consistency of the soil. I just want it pre-moistened so that when I fill up my trays, I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit of water on the top once I've got my seeds planted. All right, that feels pretty good. And I don't have to wait for it to hydrate. I have found that with the Vermont compost, when it comes to making soil blocks, if I let the soil sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, really hydrate, the soil blocks come out a lot better. But with these, it doesn't really matter. I do not think there's a right answer or a wrong answer when it comes to how you start your seeds, whether you use soil block or you use cells. Really, it's whatever works best for you. And I do both, and I like both. And there's pros and cons to both. And I'm just gonna sit here and fill all these up. I know I'm gonna be able to have enough zinnia seeds to fill these 3 trays. And if I don't have enough floret zinnia seeds to fill these trays, then I will pull some of my stock from last. Oh, I have some zinnias I saved seed from last year that I want to grow. I forgot about that. Let's see. You can kind of see the color that they were last year. They were this orange, beautiful color. I'm not someone who normally loves orange and yellow as being my favorite color, but that was the most unique color. I want to grow those and see what they're gonna look like. They might not be true because I had tons of different varieties of zinnia out there, but it'll be fun. It'll be the first time I'm gonna plant flower seeds that I saved myself. For reference, 1 bag of the compost was able to fill almost 4 trays. So we have 3 full trays there, and then there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of the 6 cells here, which I need to find a tray for. And normally you can put 12. So basically it fills 4 because there is a little bit of soil in that container down there. Now I am going to steal this tray. So I have this big old thing of, these are all snapdragons. What kind of snapdragons are these? Oh no. Well, I know what they are. They are the orange snapdragons. So I've got those and I'm just gonna steal this tray. So far, I'm pretty sure I know what all the varieties of everything I have, so that's pretty exciting. So let's just move these onto here. I am gonna need to open 1 more bag because I need to start my peanuts today too. And I don't think I want to start my peanuts. The whole time I was filling these, I was trying to think, what size container should I start my peanuts in? I think these are gonna be too small. And I really don't want to start them in my 4-inch ones because I think those are going to be too big. What I would like to start them in, but I don't have any more of them. I can show you these ones right here. I probably should get more of these. I only have 2 of these size. These are the 2-inch pots. These are the dahlia cuttings that I'm trying to root out, and they look really good. I rooted these out a week ago today, and they're looking fantastic. And I think that this would be the perfect size to start out my peanuts, but I only have those two and they already have something in them. So that's not really an option. So I'm gonna sit here and think what I'm gonna start them in. If I'm gonna start them in these ones or my little bit bigger ones. Now here are my varieties of zinnias. Let me show you. So they're kind of hard to tell the difference between these varieties of zinnias from the seed packets. They all look super, super similar, but I'm gonna show you what they are from the seed packet, but then I will pop up a picture right here so you can see the difference between the seed packet and what it actually looks like in person. So the first one is Precious Metal. And I have no idea how many seeds are in each one of these packets. And so I may have filled way too many or not enough because I'm gonna start all of them, I believe. It doesn't feel like there's that many seeds in here. The next one I have, and I'm really excited about this one, is the Victorian Wedding. Probably the one I'm the most excited about is Golden Hour. That's the name of one of my favorite songs too. I just think that this one is going to be so incredibly beautiful. And then we have, I'm not sure how to say that one. And then last but not least, out of the ones I got from Floret, I've got the Unicorn Mix, which these colors over here, these oranges, are kind of what this orange zinnia looks like. So this could be really, really beautiful as well. But look at the pinks in that one too. That's really beautiful. So I've got my little dish here that I've been using this whole entire growing season, and we're gonna start with Precious Metal. I was not originally going to get Precious Metal, and I ended up putting in 2 orders. And so in my second order, I got the Precious. Oh, there's a lot of seeds in here. Okay. There's a lot more than I was expecting. Should I plant all of them if I have 5 seed packs? I wish it gave kind of an estimate of how much was in each one. It says it has an 87% germination rate on all of these packets. I want 2 full beds of zinnias, just 2 full beds of zinnias. I think I'm just gonna start planting and see how far we get. When it comes to planting zinnia seeds, I am only going to plant 1 seed per hole.
I'm doing that because this is pretty precious seed to me and I want as many of them to germinate and to be able to thrive. If I plant 2 per hole and they all germinate, I'm gonna have to cull a bunch, and I just don't want to do that. So I would rather sacrifice the space on the heat mat and under the grow light where there might be a cell that doesn't have a seed germinate and have an empty space than to basically have to cull half of the potential plants that I could have if I have a good germination rate.
I went back and forth if I was going to plant this whole seed packet, and I think I'm going to. So I've just made some more holes. And this whole entire tray is going to be Precious Metal.
A little update from the future. I have had almost 100% germination. Out of all the trays we start, I think I only have about 5 or 6 cells that don't have a plant growing in it.
So this one doesn't have any seeds in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that up. So now I'm gonna just cover these seeds. That one doesn't look like it has one in it, but maybe it does, I don't know. When it comes to these zinnias, my goal is to not have to transplant these, or up pot them, I should say, into a larger container. My goal is to have them go directly from this tray into the ground. And these are kind of little, cells, and so it's okay that I'm starting them a little bit later than I could just because they're smaller, so the plants won't get too big in here. You can direct sow zinnias too, that's an option as well. I want to get a little bit of a jump start, that's why I'm doing it a little bit earlier, but I also don't want to do it too early that the plants are going to get so big that I'm going to need to take time to up pot them. precious metal. And today is April 5th. I'm gonna put vermiculite on that on the top once I have all of these done. So this next one we're gonna be planting is the Victorian Wedding. And I'm gonna take this whole tray and I'm just gonna start seeding it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with these other packets until I run out of trays. Because I think because I'm planting all the seeds in the packet, I think I am gonna end up running out of trays, but I do have, not just the trays, but I do have more in a shed out back from years past that I can pull from if I need to, which I think I'm going to need to. I officially have 4 of the 5 zinnias that I got from Floret Seed planted. So now I'm completely out of trays. So I think what I'm gonna do, I can just stack these on top of each other for now. I still have 1 more seed pack plus the zinnias that I saved the seed that I wanna try growing. I've got more snapdragons that I think I could just go like this again. Oh no! These are my black print snapdragons, and they're beautiful. I'm gonna get those there. And I need 1 more tray, I think. I think 1 tray is gonna be enough. I'm almost out of these. I've got a little stack over there left of 5, and then I have 2 more where I put soil in. But what I'm gonna go grab to start planting some seeds in next, I can't mix and match. So I'm probably gonna be done using those. So let's go grab another bag of soil, and because we still gotta get the peanuts done, and some more seeding cell trays. I'm really glad I did not get rid of these. I almost did at the beginning of the grow season because I was thinking, I don't need them because I have the other kind. Well, apparently I do need them. Let's see. It's kind of messy in here, but this is what I need. 1 of these. Let's grab a couple just in case. Okay. You can pull this like that and it opens easily. I do usually use scissors, but you don't have to use scissors to open these bags. Okay, here we go. We're going to try to fish out some seeds from the bottom. Most of this is petals. There's actually a seed, the seed's attached to the petals. So here's a petal, and there's 2 seeds at the bottom of the petal. So I'm just gonna pull those seeds off, and I'm gonna get them planted in here. I have all my zinnias planted, and now I'm gonna plant my rose gold celosia from Floret and autumn blaze celosia. I've never grown these before, so I'm only gonna do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of each and see how they go. I know I love zinnias, so I am gonna plant a lot of zinnia, but celosia is totally new to me. Okay, so I definitely have more than 10 seeds there. I'm not gonna plant all these, there's a lot in here. And do these need light to germinate? They're so small, they might need light to germinate. Germination soil temperature, 70 to 80 degrees. And it says to plant 1/8 of an inch deep, so we can plant them just slightly. Just barely cover them. I'm gonna mostly cover it with vermiculite. So this is rose gold, that's not gonna show up. White on white. And I'm gonna put celosia. And this is autumn. Let's see how small those seeds are compared to what we've been working with. Okay, that's all floret seeds now have officially been planted. I still need to push in the soil around mine. I'm just calling these homestead zinnias because they were grown on the homestead, and I only did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 25 that I planted, so we'll see how well these do. They might not even germinate, time will tell. We have Golden Hour, Alpine Glow, Homestead Mix, which is my orange ones, Unicorn Mix, just a little bit, are 2 different celosias, a whole flat of Unicorn, Precious Metal, Victorian Wedding, and then now we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with these peanuts. Okay, so I'm not gonna leave those stacked, they're just stacked so that I have a little bit more working space right here, right now. And how many seeds? So we have 40 of these Virginia peanuts, and it says, Peanuts, Peanuts, Grow Your Own Peanuts, a family heirloom from 1910. This American classic is known for its reliable yield, large pods, and incredible flavor. 1 to 2 extra large nuts per pod. Grown best in well-draining soil, one plant yields about 50 to 60 pods each. It takes about 10 to 15 days to germinate, and we need to plant them 4 to 6 inches apart. The plants will get about 18 inches tall, and it says harvest. The plant will continue to mature the peanuts until first frost. As the foliage dies back, harvest all peanuts within the first week of the first frost. Pull up the plants to reveal peanuts connected to the roots, like nodules. Okay, so I've got those, and then I have Spanish peanuts. And the Spanish peanuts, I only have one of the seeds or peanuts. It's crazy. They just look like peanuts broken in half. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in here. This is what I think I'm gonna do. I was trying to think through this the whole time I was working with the zinnias. I think I'm gonna plant them in my 4-inch pots, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant 1 seed in each corner. And that way, when they grow and I transplant, I can kind of break them apart. That's what I'm thinking. This is so incredibly new to me. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I think I want to use a mixture of my Vermont compost that's in my bucket and some of my Happy Frog potting mix. And I don't really know why I feel like that's what I want to do, but that's what I want to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's about 50-50 ratio there. Okay, that feels pretty well incorporated. Oh, look what I just found. I was opening my drawers where I keep my pots, and I do have a couple 2-inch ones, so I think I'm gonna use these too. These are where I keep my recycled pots that I've bought in plants from the store. I need another tray, so I'm gonna take this tray and dump this in there. And I think this is, oh, I have one more tray I can borrow. I'm hopefully gonna be planting out my Snapdragon soon, so it's okay that I'm borrowing these trays, or it's gonna have to be okay, because it is what it is. think I'm gonna start with one tray and see how far that gets us. Oh my goodness, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So they're actual peanuts, so I need to break them open. So let's see. Let's do 1 per 2-inch pot. This is probably a safer way for them to travel than these ones. So for these big pots, I think I'm gonna put 4 seeds in each pot, 1 in each corner, or maybe I'll do, should I do 2? Let's see how far we get, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. Uh-oh, I broke that one. I don't think that one's gonna be able to be planted. Oh, this one has 3. They are quite a bit smaller seeds. Okay, so I have 1 tray that's full of the peanuts, the Virginia peanuts, and then I have a couple more here that I'll just get in this. I think I can get all the rest in these pots that I just filled. Maybe I'll do 2 here. Okay, I didn't need these ones. And I'm gonna get these covered. Okay, these are the Spanish peanuts, so I need to mark that. This whole tray is Virginia. This is crazy. I was not expecting to have this many trays completed today. Wow. Very excited about the peanuts. That is going to be a fun adventure. I'm a little nervous about it, if I'm just gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna take this down because I need more heat mat space. That's where my scissors went. I was looking for my scissors just a minute ago. Okay, I need to pull my oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Let's see. Well, plug the heat mat in. Nope, pulled the wrong one. I haven't used these since I took them out of the grow room. There we go. I need to stick my thermometer in my soil so it doesn't get too hot. So it actually regulates my heat mat temperatures. So if things are getting too hot, it will turn the heat mats off. If things get too cold, it'll kick them on. Oh gosh, I am at max capacity here. I barely can get all these to fit on here. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 trays. I have never started that many seeds before at one time. And I do not want to forget this. I can tell a big difference on the seeds that I have started where I have put the vermiculite and seeds that I haven't. I'm having a lot more algae problems and I'm having a lot more mold problems on the seeds where I forgot to put this on right away. The only other seeds that I'm gonna be starting indoors this year are my pumpkin and winter squash and summer squash. You can direct sow those. I have done both and I've had way, way better luck when I start them indoors. I don't like to start them too early. I like them just to be itty bitty plants, but I don't know if it's birds that eat the seeds or what, but I can never get them to germinate when I start them from seed outside. So I don't grow them into a very mature plant. I just basically get them sprouted to where they have 1 or 2 true leaves, and then I get those in the ground. But that will be probably in about 2 weeks. I only want to start them about 2 to 3 weeks before I'm gonna plant them out. I bought this bag of vermiculite 2 or 3 growing seasons ago, and I'm gonna use the rest of it this year. So it's lasted me about 3 years. Currently, my thermometer says that my soil temp is 57 degrees. So this soil was outside, obviously, and in my garage, and then I put cold well water on it. So these heat mats will warm up these trays. I am needing to cover these in some plastic. The plastic that I started using the beginning of the season is basically spent now at this point. So I'm gonna go run inside and grab some plastic wrap and cover all these. And hopefully, in a matter of about a week and a half, we can start putting these under the grow lights. And at that point, hopefully we'll have more grow light space because I will have put the snapdragons out into the garden. Because right now, I think I could actually fit all of these under the grow lights. I just got this all covered, perfect timing because we are ready to sit down and eat some dinner. I do need to go through and put in my calendar what we planted yesterday. My parents stayed for a few hours and we had dinner last night, and getting all that documented was not on my list, except my pencil has seemed to disappear and it probably walked off because of me. So what I'm gonna do is just set this here, and then tomorrow I'll come out and I will document what I planted out into the garden, meaning what I transplanted out there, and then all of these beautiful things that I just started today. So I'm a little nervous to see how this is gonna go because peanuts are totally new to me. Last year, my zinnias did terrible, and part of the reason they did so bad is because I tried to start them in soil blocks from just some random compost I bought online, and the soil blocks, if you remember, turned into hockey pucks, and I think it wasn't allowing for the seeds to grow. So hopefully they're gonna do well in these little containers. My dahlias that I started that way look incredible. I mean, look at these plants. They're super robust. They're growing from the side shoots here. This is just 1 week. This is 1 week's of growth, and I am just blown away. These snapdragons are doing fantastic. So here you can see I stole a tray from here. Let's see. I stole a tray from there, and these 2 snapdragons and that one the tray has been borrowed from. That's gonna be fine because hopefully in the next week I will be transplanting those snapdragons out into the garden. Now, one thing I need to do where I'm gonna need more trays is I need to up pot my peppers. They look like they're ready to be up potted. I did cut the heads off most of these peppers. This one I didn't, but here I did last week. And you can see it wasn't last week. Today's Friday. I did this on Monday. Just starting to grow some side shoots, but these definitely need to be up potted. And my tomatoes in the next 2 weeks are gonna need to be up potted. So it's a little bit of musical trays around here, but that'll be fine. We'll make it work. We'll just get creative. If I need to pull out some tote lids, I did that last year. I forgot about that. I did that last year and that worked really well. I can do that. But for now, these are ready to go. This has been on my list of things to do, but we needed to get stuff in the ground before we could get these planted. So I will see you next time. Thank you for being here as we got this started. Maybe we will be making some peanut butter from some homegrown peanuts. Maybe make some homemade bread, homemade jam. That would be a fun experiment. We'll see if we're able to accomplish that. If you enjoyed this, I can pop a couple of my other videos here. You can go enjoy between now and my next upload. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you have a great weekend, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.